apples and pears.
What size do you want
Cut them for me in wedges.
Like that?
Sort of like that. I can do that. And you can leave the skin on as well.
And just place them on the tray?
Yep, please. And I'll get started on the beetroot, which we're going to cut in a similar size. Great, the knives are a bit sharp.
So, Ronnie, are you getting a lot more requests for gluten-free recipes at your cooking school?
So many more. It's become so popular. There's lots of people who have got different food intolerances themselves and in their families, and people are just looking for really beautiful recipes that cover all those boxes.
And when it comes to salad, I mean, it's naturally gluten-free. You just need some beautiful, fresh, seasonal produce, don't you?
Yeah, and sometimes you get stuck in a rut making the same salads that you're used to making, so it's nice to have some fresh inspiration every so often.
No soggy green lettuce here.
No, definitely not.
So, Ronnie, we've got a lot more chopping to do here. How long do we need to cook these in the oven for?
So we're going to spray them with olive oil and sprinkle them with salt, and then they'll cook on 180 for about 40 minutes.
Okay, great.
Helen, while all the fruit and veggies are roasting, let's get on to the dressing. This is a really delicious dressing. It's got lots of interesting ingredients in it. Some shallot, ginger, lime, maple syrup. It's got a really nice balance of flavours. You could put this over just plain lettuce and it would be one of the best salads you've ever had. Do you want to get started on chopping the shallot and gently
finely sliced?
Yep, and fry it in the olive oil. And I'll get going on the ginger.
So this is a delicious dressing. Like, the dressing makes a salad, doesn't it? You want something really zingy and it's going to bring the salad to life. So how long do I need to fry these off for?
Probably about 3 or 4 minutes, just until they start to soften. And
so about a quarter of a cup olive oil?
Yep.
Okay, lovely.
All right, Helen, if you just add a big pinch of salt into there, and I'll get working on the rest of the ingredients for the dressing. The easiest way to make a dressing is to put it all in a jar. We've got 2 tablespoons of white balsamic vinegar.
So you could substitute red wine vinegar or apple cider there,
yeah? Any vinegar you like. A little bit of maple syrup for sweetness. Some Dijon mustard.
Oh, I love mustard and maple syrup together. It's such a great combination for salad.
And then some lime zest and juice, half a lime. Adds a really beautiful freshness and lightness to the dressing.
So, Ronnie, can I add the ginger now?
Yeah, it just needs another minute in there.
So just about a teaspoon? Mm-hmm. Oh, that smells amazing. Ginger, eschalots frying together. Beautiful.
It's almost Asian.
Yeah. Do you cook a lot of Asian at home?
Yeah, I do. Lots of Japanese, mainly a little bit of Korean.
And it can be quite clean, can't it?
Yeah, it really can. That's the beauty about living in Australia. You can combine all the flavours from around the world and make whatever you like.
Okay, those eschalots are ready, Ronnie. Just straight into the jar?
Straight into the jar. We'll give it all a big shake. Tiny bit more salt.
So can you, once you've made this dressing, you can pre-make it and just store it in the fridge?
Yeah, you can make it the day before or 2 days before.
And how long will it keep for? So if I want to use that for other salads, how long can I keep that dressing for?
I'd say 3 days because it's got the fresh ingredients in it. I can smell those fruits and veggies, they're nearly ready. So let's clean up a little bit and get started on the salad and soon we'll be good to go.
Okay. While we wait for the fruits and veggies to finish roasting, we're adding some radicchio, cos lettuce and whitlock leaves into a large bowl. Ronnie, that fruit has caramelised beautifully. All those beautiful sugars have been released.
So you get that sweet and salty taste, which really pairs beautifully with the bitterness of the leaves we've got in here. So we're just going to toss in the pears and apples.
Yeah.
And we'll dress it like this. Nice and sticky.
So are we adding the beetroot at this stage?
No, because if we add the beetroot now, it will discolour the leaves. So let's mix it all up and then we'll put the beetroot in at the end with some toppers.
Oh, that looks gorgeous. It's a very generous salad.
Yeah, it's really nice. You know, this is, if you take this to someone's house, I'm going to serve it on a board as well. You know, it looks beautiful. It's a meal. Salads don't need to be a side dish anymore. They can actually be the main event.
So you're generally, I'm assuming you're feeding a big family here because that's a very generous bowl.
There's always people when I'm cooking.
Yes.
Okay. Can you smell that?
Yeah, it smells beautiful. Okay, let me grab the serving platter, Ronnie. We want something nice and big and generous, like our salad.
I like to do it on a board. I think it looks really nice, but any bowl is good too. So I'm just going to pour it out.
Oh, this presentation is so beautiful and rustic.
Well, it sort of matches the salad. Everything's just torn up.
And the beetroot can go on now?
Yeah, would you like to put that on?
Just scat it on.
I'm going to add a little bit of goat's cheese.
Goat's cheese goes so beautifully with beetroot. You can also use feta here.
Blue cheese, you can leave the cheese off. You can really mix and match according to what you like to eat.
Okay, what are we going to add for some
And
nutty
then some
texture?
crunch, we're going to add some toasted walnuts today. It's also beautiful with toasted pecans.
Oh, I can't wait to taste this. This, like you said, this could certainly be your main meal. You can have this for dinner or lunch.
Yeah, and I think that's the way salads are going. You know, they're not a side dish anymore.
And if you wanted to add some protein to this, if you want to add some meat, you could add some chicken or some cooked prawns. Anything will work beautifully here.
Why don't you dig in, Helen? Try and get a bit of everything and see if you can get all the flavours.
I'm trying to get some goat's cheese and some caramelised pear, and I've got some crunch there from the lettuce.